Let's take you straight to KwaZulu-Natal, where the Police Minister Bheki Cele and KZN Premier Sihle Zikalala are addressing the media at this hour.
Against women and children, including the establishment of a dedicated gender-based violence help desk at police station. This will go a long way in ensuring that efficient service is rendered to all victims of gender-based violence and domestic violence in general. We applaud the fact that the Minister, after noting the positive impact of the turnaround strategy that is being implemented, decided to continue with the strategy until 31st of March 2021. This will undoubtedly deliver the envisaged result and further reduce crime levels in the province. The turnaround will focus on stabilizing the crime situation in the 30 police stations in KwaZulu-Natal as identified during the State of the Province address and the announcement of crime statistics presented by Honorable Minister General Bheki Cele. During this period, criminal syndicates and those with illegal firearms will also be targeted as they remain a major threat because they plan murders, robberies, cash in transit heist, and all other forms of crimes, including motor vehicle theft. Back in 2019, the province of KwaZulu-Natal was identified as one of the provinces in South Africa that was experiencing an escalation in violence crime, especially contact crime, including murder and attempted murders, aggravated robberies, sexual offences, and assault in general. Derived from the turnaround strategy will be the stabilization plan that targets the 11 police stations that are prioritized because of the high crime levels, including rape, murder, gender-based violence. And these police stations are Sihle, Durban Central, Umlazi, Inanda, Phoenix, Newzroom, KwaMashu Maran Hill, Verulam, Ketomena, and KwaMakuta. As we expect the political campaigns for local government to start and intensify early next year, the province continue to be vigilant against incidents of violence and political killings. The work done so far points to the fact that serious stability has been achieved. We have seen a decrease in incidents of killings of public representatives, and we have decided to resuscitate the multi-party political intervention committee for early detection of threats and proactive intervention. We also commend the good work done by the political task team with regard to the investigations of some cases. Our message this time around is that KwaZulu-Natal should not be a hotspot for political killings. Working with all political parties, we want to send a clear message that tolerance and political peaceful coexistence is possible. We appeal to all political leaders from all parties and community at large to denounce violence and embrace political tolerance. We are now approaching the November Safety Month from the October Transport Month. The Department of Community Safety and Liaison, working with the police, have detailed a plan of action. What is important is the fact that we will be using this month of November to launch the provincial crime fighting campaign known as Operation Vala. Through this campaign, our intentions are clear. It is to fight and defeat crime. We will also be using this campaign to build strong relations between police and communities. Recently, we have had few community protests where allegations of police brutality were suspected and reported. We are against the use of maximum force against unarmed civilians. However, People must also be educated to cooperate with police at all times. We have tasked the MEC for Community Safety and Liaison, MEC Nduli, to follow up on these cases with the Independent Police Investigating Directorate to ensure that police who abuse their power face also the might of the law. The campaign will also focus on assessing the functionality of stations when it comes to handling of gender-based violence cases. We will also be robustly engaged in a campaign to collect the illegal firearms in the hands of our communities. The rollout of this campaign and the partnership with police and all communities will be paving the way for a peaceful festive season that is coming. This year, we will make sure that criminals are squeezed and they have no space to advance their nefarious activities. Building a crime-free KwaZulu-Natal is possible. Let us work together to build a growing KwaZulu-Natal. We thank you. Kafishane esingawusho ukuthi siyafisa ukubonga General Bheki Cele nabaphathi bamaphoyisa ngokuhlanganyela nathi namuhla uxoxa ngendlela esingalekelelana ngayo ukulwa nezinga lobugebengu KwaZulu-Natal. Kuyokhumbuleka ukuthi iminyakeni edlule izinga lobugebengu lireportwe njengelinyuka kakhulu lapha KwaZulu-Natal. Lokhu kubala ukubulawa kwabantu, ukurepwa kwabantu, omama nabantwana, ubugebengu eindaweni ezihlukahlukene. Namuhla sithole ipresentation ethe ukujula ngesimo sobugebengu nangesimo sokuqinisekisa ukuthi siyalwisana nobugebengu. Le presentation imbandakanya istrategy sokwakha nokuqinisekisa ukuthula KwaZulu-Natal as a whole. Iqala ngokuthi si-identifye ama-police stations abonakala enezinga eliphezulu lobugebengu. Mese silandelela ngokuthi kube nazo indlela zokudila nalobo bugebengu kulawo ma-police stations. Siyafisa ukubonga ukuthi kwi-period esukela ku-October last year kuza ku-March this year, izinga lobugebengu lithe ukwehla. Kodwa kusukela ngo-April ka-2020 kuza ku-September 2020, izinga lobugebengu lehle kakhulu, especially ngoba lehle ngaphezulu kuka-20.2% kulokhu esibika ngobugebengu ngokuthi ubugebengu obuthinta ngqo umphakathi. Izinto ezisikhathaza kakhulu izinga lokubona ukubulawa kwabantu eindaweni ezithize la ubona ukubulawa abantu bebe baningi, nezinga lokuthi ubugebengu obuthinta ukuxhumana namanye amazwe isikakhulukazi Mozambique neSwaziland liyaqhubeka liyanyuka. KwiMozambique okusiphatha kakhulu ukuphuma kwezimoto ezintshontshwayo ziye Mozambique, kanti on the side of Swaziland of Lesotho, it's livestock, ukuntshontshwa kwemfuyo okusikhathaza kakhulu. Ama-police stations a-identifyiwe azoba ingxenye yokuthi sigxile kakhulu kuwo. I-police station yasePhesisileya eMgungundlovu, Durban Central, uMlazi, iNanda, iPhoenix, iNtuzuma, iKwaMashu, iMaran Hill, iVerulam, iKhethomena naKwaMakhutha. Njengoba futhi sazi ukuthi ngunyaka ozayo kulindeleke ukuthi kube nokhetho lohulumeni basemakhaya, siqala kumanje uhlelo lokuqinisekisa ukuthi sivikela ukuthi kungabibikho udlame nokubulalwa kwabantu abangabaholi beyinhlangano zezepolitiki. Siyawubonga umsebenzi owenziwe i-task team so far, njengoba amanye ama-cases ebonakala eqhubeka nama-investigations ebonakala esaqhubeka. Njenge-province sesicela ukuthi i-multi-party political intervention committee ehlanganisa wonke ama-organizations, ama-political parties ase-legislature iqale kumanje isebenze ibheke izinto ezingaba ingozi nezingasusa udlame nokubulalana ukuze sikwazi ukugwema lokho in advance. Inyanga ezayo kaNovember yaziwa njengenyanga yezokuvikela safety month, yingakho silidwa uMEC uNtuli sizoyisebenzisa ukuqinisekisa ukuthi icampaign yokulwa nobugebengu ifinyelela kuzo zonke indawo zaKwaZulu Natal. Le campaign sizoyihola ngaphansi komkhankaso obizwa ngeOperation Vala, okunhloso yawo ukuvala ubugebengu kuzo zonke indawo. Siyafisa kule campaign ukuqinisa ukubambisana phakathi kwamaphoyisa nemphakathi eindaweni la emphakathi ikhona. Enye yezinto esizoyiqhiyekela ukunyusa ukulwisana nodlame olubheke kubantu besifazane nabantwana. Siyazi ukuthi iKwaZulu Natal ingenye affected kakhulu. Kuma hotspots angu-30 a-identifyiwe nationally, amanye alawo awu-6 aKwaZulu Natal. Isikakhulukazi la ubonakala inanda ihamba phambili ngodlame olubhekiswe komama nabantwana. So sizoqinisekisa ukuthi lo mkhankaso uyagxila. Siyafisa ukubonga kakhulu ku-Minister General Cele nabo bonke ahambisane nabo ukuba ingxenye yalomhlangano. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier. May I request the Minister is going to give remarks. May I request that we take the set of questions, because we're going to have one round of questions, and the Minister's remark will also be responding to the questions. Can I get an indication of that? So, third, Havili, you are first. Second, third, fourth. Is there any other hands that are missed? Oh, fifth, in that order. Quick.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Minister. It's Kavil from Minister. I mean, the obvious question is, the syndrome we work with, there's a lot of reports out about a firearm linked to that murder that's been discovered. What are the implications of that all these years later? Do you expect to get evidence to implicate people? How far have you gone with that case? And in terms of KwaZulu-Natal, there's a provincial task team that's been busting a lot of cops in the province the last few months. Should we expect more of that? And what is their reach and organized crime within the police service?
Okay, let's call it quickly.
Thank you, Mr. Karela from Newzroom Africa. Just as well was referring to the reports this morning that 139 police officers across the country are facing gender-based violence cases. We see in KZN there are 20 police stations, two of those, Ulindi and Newzroom, Mlazi and Newzroom are GBV hotspots. Is there deadlines in terms of assuring that those cases are expedited or perhaps those police officials suspended ahead of those further investigations?
Okay, next colleague.
I'm Martin from Daily News. I wanted to get the update in regards to the Chalume matters, and also if police have been able to identify the first body that was discovered.
Okay, next colleague. Yeah.
From the Sunday Times, should we get an update on Normandy and what sort of outcome have they been since the 14 days in which a task team was sent in as well?
Thank you very much. May I hand over to the Honourable Minister?
I thought Premier issued a statement, so they should be asking questions from you. Okay. Looks like National Commission is also here. The last question, Nomadin, I don't know what exactly is wanted there, but in Nomadin we have arrested, I guess, 4 more extra people, besides the person that has appeared in court. We are continuing with those arrests. Looks like the situation is under control there. those people will be taken to court and find out exactly what happened going forward. But as we went there were follow-ups. Remember, we went with the Minister of Agriculture and Land Issues. He's got his follow-up there. The MEC Untuli here has got his follow-ups there, especially in terms of relationships, the community and the police. As you know that community relations with the police is run by the provinces more than anybody. So it's important that we have those follow-ups there. But besides, there was a team that Commissioner worked on, because there are things that are criminal in nature that are supposed to be pursued. For instance, one person raised an issue that there was a farmer there who was using gun to chase children. That's definitely a crime to be pursued. That is also there. The fourth one there is that the working and better putting resources together between the community, the police and the farmers. So there is an ongoing, it was a starting, we have had 2 meetings there, and then we are going forward on that matter. The Senzo Meyiwa case, the Commissioner is also here on the matter. It's just a pity that you will have to answer things that you are not responsible for. The gun found, it shouldn't make news. It should finalize and resolve the case. Surely I heard that is leaked. Now, how do you expect the minister to answer on leaked issues? So I will leave them leaked, and I will answer when I make statement and I make an announcement, whether the gun is found, whether it's been linked to somebody. Really, I will be. I will request that one is spared on responding to leaks. The second question was the busting of corruption team in the province. That should be permanent, actual Premier. All form of, whether the police, whether the government employees, whether the traffic officers, whether are ordinary communities, whether is a judicial system, the magistrates themselves, the prosecutors themselves, that should be perpetual and continual that we pass. So that question will stay with an answer to say yes, we'll continue on that one. The answer we gave of 139 police involved, I think we gave that answer to Honourable Member Groenewald. No, I think it's the Honourable Member Wolfert of the DA. Groenewald, we gave him about farmers. He always asks about farmers. So we gave this 139. There are one thing that we must remember is that some of these things are accusations that needs to be investigated. It doesn't mean because you are a police you must wake up in the next morning and say you are fired. We'll have to still investigate. So these cases are on the different levels. Actually, somebody said they'll be having a follow-up question. Maybe let's work on that. Where there are people that have been fired, though we can't give names or rate on that. There are that they are in court. But most of these cases will be done by IPID more than the police themselves. Maybe that you are there. The number, if I'm not mistaken, the number is 0800 111 969. 969 0800 111 969. That people that want to be in contact with the with the IPID. Then those cases could be on that. Are people suspended and all that? There are different levels. There are those that's suspended, there are those that in court, and there are those that have been investigated, and there are those that have been cleared, by the way, out of those figures, but would have been charged on those matters. Commissioner, I don't know if Mthwalume, we have identified the next person, and where is the matter of Mthwalume?
No, thank you very much, Minister. Immediately after the Mthwalume incident and going to the initial arrest, yes, we did identify the other suspects, but we haven't effected an arrest yet. But we are close to effecting other arrests. Then we will be announcing them soon, as soon as they are arrested.
Could I be opportunist and take the opportunity that was provided by Premier to us as the Minister of Police and National to come here and share matters? Thanks for the invite, Premier. We have pointed gaps. You have pointed gaps, and maybe it's important that you would have said that there will be continuation of these engagements to try and make the province one better province. I don't want then the question would why you go to your home province. No, we started with the Premier Makura. We have met the Western Cape executive, especially the Premier there, and the MEC. So this would be the third question. So don't ask me why to use an again so there is no problem of coming home, especially when you have been invited, and we see how we can work together. Quite several issues, quite telling issues have been raised from both sides. It is on the score that we have agreed that we'll have follow-up questions in dealing with the crime and making this province a crime-free province. Thanks, Premier. I just wanted to say that so that we remind people why we were here. And thanks.